The division-leading Utah State Aggies got off to a bit of a slow start tonight, but then getting their first takeaway, setting them up from short distance, leading to a touchdown and a fantastic catch by Derek Wright, his 7th of the year. Devin Tompkins has gone over 100 yards for the 6th consecutive game. A couple of big catches, low snap and a fumble. Another takeaway for the Aggies takes us to the 4th quarter. Hard run once again. Makakona has been featured in the second half. Last couple of runs, picks up 4.
Even in the run game there, you can see the effect that Tompkins has on the fit of the linebackers, allowing Makakona to get a nice chunk.
From Banda, first-year DC for Utah State. Over there talking with his defense on play action. Banda to the end zone. And he looked like he had Tompkins. Couldn't tell if that went through his hands or was just in the vicinity.
Yeah.
It was close to him.
Miscommunication, it looked like, on the angle of the route, maybe. It's the hard part about throwing to a guy. Again, the thing about Tompkins, he's 5'8", 155, but just a little bit behind him. We thought maybe it was deflected, but it wasn't. Next play.
Now 3rd and 6.
Single coverage up top for McGriff.
Makakona stood up, and he's short. Ijane, the senior, on the D-line, one of the first to stand him up and bring him down.
Good stop here from San Jose State. Defense coordinator Derek Odom fired up about this. Huge field goal right here turns us into a 3-score game. This goes through the uprights.
Connor Coles is on. Just 23 yards. Made from 32 earlier tonight. And a flag comes in.
Delay. Offense, number 59. 5-yard penalty. It's 4th down.
Blake Anderson reminded, hey, man, let's go. We're not going to use a timeout right here. It's just a 5-yard penalty on that type of kick. Nothing they'll concern themselves with. Not the normal holder number 63, kicker number 59 battery of most teams.
I know you lost some sleep on that one last night.
I did. I'm like, is that really right?
It was bugging him. All right, making now 28 yards out. And Coles is no good.
Life.
Wide to the left. Blake Anderson thought he had an easy 6. Very different reaction from Brent Brennan on the other side. One of the true icons in Utah State history, the one and only Merlin Olsen, who was born in Logan, Utah, home of Utah State. He had a remarkable career in the NFL. Was a 3rd overall pick by the Rams, a 14-time Pro Bowl selection, went into the Hall of Fame in 1982. He graduated from Utah State summa cum laude with a finance degree. He later got his master's in economics. He was an analyst in the NFL with Dick Enberg. Going to have a fantastic acting career as well. This is incomplete throw behind Robinson. I mean, you talk about a guy who did the most humanly possible in a lifetime. He was a numbers guy. He was an actor, an artist. He was a star on the football field.
And a great guy. I obviously didn't know him, but a gentle giant and a member of the fearsome force on the field. Unbelievable legacy. He and his brother, both legends at Utah State.
The field there in Logan, Utah, named after Merlin Olsen. 2nd and 10. This time he finds Robinson out of the backfield.
just hard sled to get on that first down play. Going back to that, as we were paying tribute, rightfully so. You can't just make that early catch to get the ball in the flat to make it a more manageable situation. All of a sudden, 3rd and 8.
Yeah, picks up just 2. Flag comes in, free play here. Thrown behind, and Malachi Miller can't make the catch.
Yeah, that was a nice ball. Good recognition from Starkle. You just have to be aware of that if you're Malachi Miller here. A little quicker eyes.
5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
Son of Johnny Carter.
A little bit of an art to that back shoulder throw, and it's individual. Every guy's different. The pace on the ball, the tempo, you get that hard count. If you're Starkle, you might give him a little bit more air, but that's a good ball. That's a great ball. He's got to make that catch.
To Nevins. Nevins looked like he's just shy.
They're going to punt it here.
Picks up just 2.
Yeah, Brent Brennan, this is a tough one. It's 4th and about 1.5 yards on your own 29. 4th and 1 yard, still 12:45. Trusting his defense here.
Well, San Jose State now 1 for 10 on 3rd down. Fair catch called for at the 35 by Jordan Nathan. Aggie football when we come back here from San Jose. Devin Tompkins is the nation's leading receiver. 4 catches, 114 yards. This one tonight. That makes 6 consecutive games with at least 100 yards. Pretty sure that's a low-carb, low-sugar diet that he's working with these
that's
days.
Your abs right there.
And he has been fun to watch, not only when he's been catching the ball, Mark, but also just as a cheerleader.
Yeah, I love it. You know, the selflessness of a guy like that. I should talk to players about, hey, I don't want to be able to tell if it's your touchdown or somebody else's. Very evident that he subscribed to that. Now his benefit of another perimeter pass and run.
He's got a 1st down catch and run brought down by Kyle Harmon. And you know, it's not all the physical makeup of a guy, Mark. Sometimes it's the metaphysical makeup of a young man.
Wow.
I believe
that's like centering himself and
hey, it is working, to say the least.
I need to start doing that too.
Maybe more guys will start locking in like that. So it's not just sit-ups, in other words. No gain on the play. All-time most receiving yards in program history. And he's knocking on the door of one of the greats in Aggie history, Kevin Curtis.
Are you going to be mad at him when he breaks your favorite player's record? Are you going to come clean here about Kevin Curtis?
Well, I mean, you look at single season history, and he's tracking down one of the greats, and a lot of us remember Kevin Curtis from his NFL days.
Absolutely.
You know, apparently Kevin Curtis was offered to walk on at BYU, and they told him that he should play in the rugby team first.
Unbelievable story. A walk-on the rugby team before and get a chance
almost to earn your way to walk onto the football team. He said, no thanks, I'll go to Utah State, and was brilliant from the go. 3rd and 5.
That's cheating. Oh, they should let that go. Probably went with the unabated to the quarterback. It's the only word in the English language used in a football game and nowhere else. Unabated.
Defense, number 4. 5-yard penalty. That results in a 1st down.
And 6'5", 315 with the hair. I think that's what Blake Anderson is asking. Hey, let's let that go. It's a free play, just as we saw earlier with Nick Starkle working the hard count. He's happy with the 1st down either way.
You use many ensuings in your life outside of football?
That's a great, yeah. That's very, very true.
I'll go to the ground again. And push back. Calvin Tyler Jr. meets Xavion Reese. Picks up 1.
Reese has not played a ton tonight, but great effort right there.
Bonner to Wright, downfield, Wright the adjustment, and he's able to make the catch for the touchdown. It's Bonner's 4th touchdown pass tonight for the 3rd straight week as the flag is down.
It's going to be a touchdown. San Jose State is caught mid-substitution. Again, they tried to substitute when Utah State didn't.
Substitution, 12 on the field. Defense, that penalty's con. Play resulted in a touchdown.
41-yard touchdown pass. Derek Wright's 2nd touchdown reception tonight.
Great recognition from the veteran quarterback. As you see, multiple San Jose State's substitutes are coming off. There was still another one on the field. Great adjustment by Wright. We've seen this guy catch it out of bounds twice, nearly touchdowns. Here he's adjusting to the inside throw from Logan Bonner, but a great job by Bonner of just giving him a shot.
A 65-yard drive in just 5 plays. Logan Bonner has matched a career-high 4 touchdown passes. He does so for the 3rd consecutive week. And Derek Wright has just simply been a touchdown machine over the last month. He hauls in his 2nd with high effort here tonight. Make it now 38-17, Utah State in front of San Jose State. Spartans a win shy of bowl eligibility with 1 game left after this one. Meanwhile, Utah State trying to march their way to the Mountain West Championship game, and so far tonight has been through 2 stud receivers in Tompkins and Wright. They've combined for close to 200 yards receiving tonight. And a couple of touchdowns. Bostic on the return. Just gets past the 15. Now for Utah State, this offense has come alive. This will be yet another game that they come from behind with a double-digit deficit. They're trying to get to 5-0. The Aggies are on the road this year. They haven't been 4-0 on the road since the 70s.
Yeah, look at that, down 14-0. It's been 38-3 since that opening quarter.
Well, this year, Utah State, all the headlines on offense, racking up all the yards, and tonight no exception. But you look at what the Aggies are doing on defense tonight and all season long. They've averaged 8 tackles for loss per game this season. That's good for 4th in the nation. And from Bonda, their first-year defensive coordinator, this pass is broken up and incomplete. They've had 25 tackles for loss in the last 2 games. And Bonda, you look at where he has been in his career. This year, 7th in the nation, tackles for loss total. During his long stay with Miami, the Canes were 4th in the nation from 16 to 20. Before that, Mississippi State 13th in the nation. So this is such a major point of emphasis for the Aggies on defense, and they've done it once again tonight. This is thrown out of bounds.
Yeah, explosive offensive pass plays. Utah State has rode that horse, and then defensively tackles for loss, sacks. It's about a 90+% drive killer, and they've played that to a T on their way to possible.
Christian Watson, our referee, sorting out the flag.
Personal foul. Hands to the face. Offense. Number 70. Half the distance to the goal. Remains 3rd down.
It's on Tyler Stevens. Right guard. That'll march him back. Stevens tonight making his 28th career start.
Edge pressure again on Starkel.
He was able to just get rid of it, almost intercepted. Shaq Bond comes flying in as Starkel got rid of it right before he got crunched. It was Byron Vaughns on the pressure. And Bond came out of nowhere.
Bonds off one edge, edge pressure from Coach Bonda off the other creates the issue for Starkel. And as you said, Bond just that far away from putting this thing to bed.
San Jose State tonight has run for just 12 yards as a flag comes in. Some Gordon Nathan there trying to make the fair catch. Looked like it was Bobby Brown the second. A little kick catch interference there.
Just a lack of awareness here. Has to obviously sees the fair catch and just avoids it too late. Nothing malicious there. Just got to stay off.
San Jose State, number 5. 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down, Utah State. Timeout on the field.
Under 10 minutes to play from San Jose tonight, as this Aggies defense has been flying around. Bond nearly gets the pick. A couple of takeaways by the Aggies tonight. You know, you need like a little Rex Chapman. You need to cleanse the timeline a little bit. How about what's going on over there on the sideline for Utah State?
There's a lot going on right there.
You got to check out 11 Vaughns, and we're gonna bring you back to that because he's got some moves that cannot be denied.
He's not just good on the field.
Byron Vaughns, I mean, he was putting on a clinic over there, and there was some stiff competition as we saw.
Coach Bonda in the back, mildly amused.
He's got to sit down and give those legs a rest after all that. Now, you would not have guessed that at one point this game was 14-0 San Jose State. Noah with a hard run for a first down.
Noah has given them some nice run. Makakona has given them some nice change-ups.
He picks up a dozen on that carry.
A couple of the starters out, but just a garden variety zone play here, breaking the tackle of Cobbs on his way to that first down.
Well, both sides tonight with 2 turnovers. This half, Utah State just whitewashing San Jose State. Go to the ground again. Noah runs into Ejane. Brings up second down. You look at what this game means with just one game left in the regular season for both sides. Now, San Jose State, who was fantastic last year, able to get to a bowl game, trying to get back to a bowl game in consecutive years under Brent Brennan. We've got one more game left in the regular year. That is on Thanksgiving Day against Fresno State. Meanwhile, Utah State, they're in the driver's seat.
They are.
They control their destiny.
Yep. Brent Brennan will have the bye week to get them ready for Fresno in that last gasp effort to get to a second consecutive bowl game, which would be huge for him, huge for this program. And on the flip side, Utah State, it's all in their control. And Blake Anderson talked about that with us. We forced him to talk about it. He didn't want to talk about it, of course, as we look at the Mountain Division side of things.
Yeah, they own the head-to-head tiebreaker over Air Force as they sit atop the Mountain Division in the Mountain West. And what a turnaround for the Aggies. They won just one game last year and are marching towards improving to 8-2 with a win tonight. Timeout called by Utah State.
Milking that all the way down. Play clock was all the way down.
Utah State.
We'll be back in just 30 seconds. You know, Utah State has never won the Mountain West. They joined the conference in 2013. They won the division that year, but I'm guessing that they never would have thought that after last season that they would be in position to be in that conversation this year, after how hard of a year it was a season ago.
Yeah, the power of the portal, probably with Logan Bonner. Certainly Blake Anderson's arrival has changed things.
Bonner to pass, and it's incomplete, almost intercepted, looking for Terrell. That was Kyle Harmon and then Jay Leonard who almost had the pick. Well, you look at talk about turnaround teams this season. Last year, Utah State 1-5. They got a chance to get to 8-2 tonight. Both Michigan schools winning today, and great turnaround stories both in Ann Arbor and East Lansing and then Northern Illinois. Good things going on there in DeKalb, as winless last year, now 7-3 this season. Michigan State having a hard-fought win today in Happy Valley. From 40 yards out, and good. Connor Cole's second make tonight. 41 points on the board for the Aggies, marching towards another win. You know, I haven't heard Brian Urlacher stories like I heard earlier tonight when you and Blake Anderson were talking on the field.
It was funny how we started talking and coached against each other back when I was an assistant at Boise State. He was an assistant at New Mexico, and man, they had this giant dude on the back end playing free safety, big old shoulder pads. He played receiver, he played running back. Brian Urlacher was his name. Pretty good player. And he did. We beat him twice, which we talked about. Some great plays that happened in that game too.
Little pooch just past the 30. Yeah, you coaches, man, you remember everything, and you tend to hold some grudges, you guys. Although
just details.
He was smiling about it.
No, he was great. He remembered we ran a fake punt. Dan Hawkins was special teams coordinator. Dirk Cutter, the head coach. And we had this phenomenal fake punt. And I mean, it was just one of those crazy plays that worked out.
Yeah, the detail of a fake punt that I heard about. I mean, we almost got hit by some punting being done on the field during specialties early.
He was mad about that. Still, you can tell. They had a guy accounting for the guy that scored, and he literally put both hands on him and just ran right by him.
Starkle put some mustard on this, tipped and intercepted by the Aggies. It's a Johnny Carter. That's his second takeaway tonight. He puts on some moves. Carter is inside the 10. A pick and a return. And you can stick a fork in the Spartans tonight. It has just not been their night.
Yeah, we'll see what they do here, but great job, obviously, with the tip pick. Great discipline. Watch them on the return make these legal blocks. Throw their hands up. No peel back blocks, no blindside blocks that are illegal to get every inch out of that much deserved return from Carter, who has had a night.
45-yard return. It's his third pick this year. He had the forced fumble and recovery earlier in the first half, and now gets the interception plus the return here. And the turnovers continue to be a problem for San Jose State. On the ground, Tyler ripped down. Tyler getting some help up as we're under 6 minutes.
Subbed out there. Main guys on the perimeter just trying to salt this away inside. Blake Anderson will probably just try to ground and pound this into the end zone.
Back to Calvin Tyler. He moves the pile forward, and he's in for a touchdown. Well, the points just keep on coming for the Aggies. 47-17.
If you're 5'8" at Utah State, all you do is make plays. Devin Tompkins, 5'8", 155. Calvin Tyler, 5'8", 210. Getting skinny as he gets through here, and then powerful right at the end. Getting a little help from his friend, Quazell White, leading him into the end zone.
Utah State has outgained San Jose State on the ground, 133-12. Now, we did mention all those tackles for loss.
Tackles for loss,
Utah State.
sacks, right? And in college football, that's all part of that stat.
Blake Anderson and the Aggies making the trip out west from Logan, Utah, and they have hung 48 points. They at one point trailed in this game 14-0. They will improve to 5-0 on the road, overcoming double-digit deficits each and every time. Well, surprising decision that time there for you, Mark?
Yeah, I thought it was surprising. I didn't see him. Somebody off of him must have signaled that fair catch. If anybody signals fair catch, it's a fair catch for everybody.
That was Bostic.
So it must have been communicated.
And 14 points off at turnovers. You mentioned the 8 tackles for loss, 3 takeaways for this Aggie defense.
Key number there, responding better there. 14 points off those 3 turnovers, and again 10 tackles for 10 combined sacks, tackle for losses. Winning formula.
Set up the tunnel screen to Hamilton. Hamilton, good catch and run for a first down. He picks up 15.
A few subs in here for Coach Bonta defensively, but he's going to run his defense, bring that edge pressure. They know how good this quarterback can be.
Drop it down to Nevins. Past the 40. Tackled by Patrick Joyner Jr. He picks up 4. Now Starkel was injured. He missed 5 games, all 5 games in October. Came off the bench last week. Ended up throwing 3 touchdown passes. There was a little bit more of a timeshare last week between Starkel and Nick Nash, who had filled in for Starkel. They're roommates, the 2 Nicks are, and good friends, as Utah State has an injured man down.
Okay, never know exactly how that's going to go. Last year, Starkel has the great run. This year gets banged up, and they're competing against each other, but they had nothing but great things to say about each other. And a bunch of other units on this team. It was neat to hear, hey, yeah, we went out to dinner with the D-line last night. We went out with this position group. A very close-knit team created here by Brent Brennan.
That's Andre Grayson. Well, I've never heard of both quarterbacks living under the same roof with the defensive lineman and the kicker. Matt Mercurio rooms with the quarterbacks.
And Nick Starkel also pointed out Nick Nash is much cleaner than he is.
Starkel puts a little air underneath it. It's underthrown, but caught by Isaiah Holiness, who adjusts well, but was he out of bounds?
Gosh, that'll be interesting to see it from our perspective here. It's hard to tell, but certainly looked like he was out of bounds, but we will take a look. Holiness tiptoe in, and out. I'm not sure how that's catch.
That scene.
In American football, that white is usually out.
And here you go.
There they go.
It would have been a pickup of 23.
Previous play, and under further review.
We'll help you. It's not. Yeah, certainly, at least it'll be. That'll turn into an incomplete pass or an illegal. They can't create the illegal touching. I don't think. We could check with our man Dean, but no doubt he is out of bounds. And really on his own accord, he's not forced. I guess he is forced out right there, so he has to establish it, come back in before he can touch the ball.
And even when he catches the ball, his foot is on the line.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it looked like one official wanted to make that call. The other official kind of overruled him and left it up to replay.
That was a Johnny Carter there to shove him out. Carter's had a marvelous game. He had the interception plus the forced fumble, and then also recovered the fumble.
Yeah, it's just really turned into a one-dimensional attack, as you said, because of those sacks, tackles for losses, and they've just frenzied him, and it turns into 173 total yards for San Jose State tonight.
Yeah, the Aggies defensively have had their struggles on third down, stopping teams on third down this year. But tonight, much different story. They have held San Jose State 1 for 11 on third down. Meanwhile, the Aggies converting at nearly a 50% clip. This is taking maybe, I think I'm not going to go on a limb and say more time than expected. Here we go.
After further review, replay determined receiver never reestablished himself back in bounds prior to touching the ball. Therefore, it's a complete pass. The ball will be placed back at the 42-yard line. Second down.
As expected.
We could have helped him. We didn't even need.
We needed Crazy George's megaphone.
Incomplete.
It's Crazy George bobblehead night, we found out.
Correction. Third down.
Crazy George, who is one of the great stadium cheerleaders from any seating section that you'll find in the Bay Area.
Yeah, I first saw him in Oakland.
That is not
game.
Crazy George.
That
just
is
for the
not
record.
him.
We don't know that for a fact, but we're going to assume that's the case.
From their own 42.
Well, you can see the struggles on third down. It's 3rd and 6 now. Starkle dropped, incomplete.
Nice play.
Cam Lemkin with that great play as they were trying to find Isaiah Hamilton. So it's another failed conversion on third down.
It's a good spot, good spot by Starkle that time. Just a better play by Lampkin to rip it out from Mesquite Poteet in Texas. Just got to get that mesh a little bit closer together and he'll rub right off.
Well, Utah State is doing something that it has not done in quite some time, and that is get to 5-0 on the road, assuming tonight's win. Now, last time that happened, got to go back to 1973. John Cappelletti won the Heisman. Notre Dame won the national title. And Mark.
Look at that.
Thanks, day man.
Max Line wants ancient, just ancient. That's a long time ago. No, there was not even photography back then, so they can't get me on some ridiculous picture like they usually do.
We already had the Boise State assistant coach picture from earlier this year, which we had to colorize. I think we did a pretty admirable job with that. It's amazing what computers can do. So just over 4 minutes to play, and Andrew Peasley, backup quarterback, is in there now. Peasley took some snaps earlier when Bonner was dinged up. Peasley started a couple of games to end last season. It'll be a happy flight home to Logan, Utah for the Aggies.
Yes, it will. Peasley will do a nice job here of milking this down, simulating the snap, taking the play clock hopefully as close to 1 as possible.
Now Bonner's thrown for 4 touchdowns tonight. 3rd straight week he has done that. He matches a career high in that category. Kona hit hard and pushed out of bounds right before the marker.
Or they'll snap it at 13 seconds and run out of bounds. Not exactly what you want to do in that situation, but everybody's learning, I guess. Peasley from LeGrand in Eastern Oregon, the home of Eastern Oregon University, that just competes against the greatest university in the world, Southern Oregon University, of course.
If you want niche Oregon school trivia, you have come to the right place.
The Stanford of Ashland. Let's go.
On 3rd and 1. Beasley keeps himself and dives ahead. Just needed a yard. Well, we came into this game talking about Devin Tompkins, the nation's leading receiver. Look at what he has done along with his associate Derek Wright, who has just had a couple of marvelous catches in the end zone. And a great adjustment on his last touchdown catch.
That guy just did a magnificent job of adjusting catch, made some unbelievable catches, just barely out of bounds. That was the turning point really for this game, as Bonner bought some time and just launched to his buddy Tompkins, setting up a touchdown. As advertised, Devin Tompkins.
Yeah, Tompkins 127 yards, leading the nation in receiving yards, 72 catches entering tonight. His 6th consecutive game posting at least 100 yards receiving.
There's a big story of this game right there. 50% conversions on 3rd down. A lot of that in the second half as they got things going. But it'd be interesting to see Devin Tompkins' future. Like, a lot of people will be turned off by that 5'8", 155, but this guy can return the ball, strong hands. He's more physical than 5'8", 155 would lead you to believe.
Moncacona was trying to get down to the ground. He was held up, spun around. Xavier Reese with the final tackle. I mean, you look at the plays run tonight. Utah State versus San Jose State. I mean, it's remarkable. 80 plays run by the Aggies, 54 for the Spartans.
And that's what Brent Brennan was worried about, is giving this offense opportunity after opportunity. Certainly doesn't help with the turnovers, but he was obviously very happy with the start, but he knew how potent this offense was. They changed their tempo a little bit from what they've done in the past.
You think about all those plays that the Spartans defense has been on the field. Kyle Harmon, 3rd in the nation in tackles. He might move up to 2nd, maybe even 1st tonight. 18 tackles for Kyle Harmon. He'll be crushing that 32 ounces of tart cherry juice after this one tonight.
We need to get this guy a juice deal. He's got to get an NLI deal, the right kind of juice, fruit juice, tart cherry juice, beet juice. It'll lead to 18 tackles. That's amazing.
Well, Utah State comes into San Jose and just dominates the Spartans tonight, 48-17, as they have a chance to control their own destiny. Their 9th straight win over the Spartans, and they are undefeated on the road this year. Once again, they come from behind a double-digit deficit tonight.
Outscored them 48-3 after dropping to that 14-point deficit. What's up next for them? Wyoming. It's just coming off a loss against Boise State. They'll play Wyoming at home, New Mexico on the road. If they close out those 2 games, they're playing in the Mountain West Conference Championship game.
What a turnaround season for Utah State. Truly one of the best turnaround stories in the country this year. 5-0 on the road, and the Aggies improved to 8-2. Meanwhile, San Jose State, they will next play on Thanksgiving against Fresno State. They need one more win to become bowl eligible. Well, for Coach Mark Helfrich, I'm Aaron Goldsmith. We're glad you could join us late tonight from the Mountain West and San Jose. We thank you for watching FS1 College Football, and make sure to tune in tomorrow for Fox NFL Sunday.